okay? I'd need to be in an environment like this. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because I had tasted my dream. I had tasted what this is music thing. I have tasted it now. Okay, so I'm here, but those are the things that I've grasped at that point. At that point, then immediately I finish my music production, I go to the manager of Homeboyz. Meshach was his name. I go to Meshach's office and I sit at Meshach's office and I say, do you have 3 minutes? I want to tell you something. And I tell him, I've just finished my music production class and DJing class. I've graduated at the top of my class. I want you to take me in for internship here at Homeboyz. Meshach looks at me and says, let me check in the computer. Checks, confirms, says, Monday you are coming.
Yeah. This is August.
This is around October there. Around October, early October.
What
around
made
October.
you go and ask him?
That's a very good question. I went like, I need to be in an environment like this. Okay? I need to be in an environment like this. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because I had tasted my dream. I had tasted what this is music thing. I have tasted it now. I just want to be in an environment like this. And so I went to Meshach because that's all I wanted. And when Meshach saw I had done that, Meshach hooked me up. The following day on Monday, I was an intern as a speaker boy and warm-up DJ.
Is there anybody else from your class who also did
No
that?
one else did that.
Okay.
So I started interning at Homeboyz.
What does it mean to be a speaker?
That's a very good question. A speaker boy at that point meant if you ever go to this big concert, unapatanga, lights has been set up, stage, sound, security. People come and set those things up and carry those heavy things for days and set up.
A
runner. Technically, I was a runner at Homeboyz. Any gig they had, we would go and set up. Whether it's a wedding, whether it's a concert, whether it's a corporate event, we were the setup people. And then, because you are a DJ, you always had to carry your CD back. Because before the big DJs come, music has to be played. So you are a warm-up DJ.
Oh.
So you play to people when they arrive. And because I was a trained DJ, we knew what to play. We don't play hits.
Yes.
We just play anything between 1995 to 1990.
And a certain tempo.
And a certain tempo. I just knew I had to stick between 90 and 100. I just knew that's where I had to stick. So I just knew, come play for these people, nice soft R&B, some nice Aliyah, some TLC, some SWV, some anything within that range. Some nice R. Kelly. That's what I was
doing. Can you remember the first time you DJ'd, even if it's for people entering?
Oh yes, I remember. It was that Splash event I was mentioning. That was the first time we had finished setting up and I started playing. And I remember warming it up and stuff. And I remember one of the things we were taught in school was mic technique. But some things you learn on the field.
On the ground.
This is why I learned something on the field. I remember I was DJing, trying to talk on the microphone, but I wasn't as confident as I am right now. So, you know, when someone is not confident, they have this weak sound, they have this unsureness in them and stuff. And I remember DJ KD walking to the booth and said, listen, I don't want you to talk to that mic again. Just play music. You sound terrible. That was my boss. Mic went down and I just continued DJing. But now, in retrospect, I hear DJs do it all the time. And someone has to tell them to put the mic down. Buddha, weka your mic chini. You sound bad.
And then some overdo it.
Especially now, I was overdoing it. I was overdoing it.
You're trying to be a radio presenter.
Yeah.
You're radio presenting instead of DJ.
Oh my God, I just kept saying nonsense like welcome back to Splash. I'm like, you've welcomed people like 30 times. Bro, what's wrong with you? They're already here. What are you doing?
Yes. But then now, setting up, you've talked about setting up.
Yes.
The
setting up sound.
Yes.
Yes.
And you've also talked about your first job.
That was my first job at Homeboyz. That was my internship. I tag it like internship/job. That was my first job. Remember, doing that is also intertwining with my friend Pion at Nairobi Lighthouse, because he also volunteers in sound. So when we meet in between the week, we are talking about, oh yeah, so you guys use Nexus speakers. Oh yeah, even us, we have some Nexus here at school. They bought some nice double 18s over there. They have this nice So now we have some lingo of exchanging. As that is going on, this guy is giving me albums.
Still marking the truth.
He drops me House of Representatives by Cross Movement. That is a very hardcore album for many people.
Yes.
But man, the theology. Now when I listen to it, I go like, man, these guys were preaching. This is not even rapping anymore.
Yep. Hold on.
So
eventing. You see this job. I'm trying to fast.
Yes.
To see if there's anything here.
Yes.
I'm just prodding.
Okay.
You're picking up speakers.
I'm carrying speakers.
When
yes.
you're a DJ, I mean, this is not what when you ask for internship, you wanted to be in the space.
Yes.
But you are willing to do anything.
Anything that was in that space.
And now you're learning what you're playing.
Yes, because what would
transfers.
happen being at Homeboyz is, and thank God you've mentioned that, is gigs are not happening every day, they're happening on the weekends. But I am going to Homeboyz daily. Guess what is happening to me when I go to Homeboyz daily? They have DJ equipment. I am DJing for hours. Akina, guess what is happening? Homeboyz by then were playing at Nation FM. It was new. Nation FM was new, 2004. Akina, DJ KD, DJ Hassan, and DJ Wesley were recording mixes together with DJ John. They were all recording mixes to play at Nation FM. I am there watching them play.
So this is VDJ now, visual DJ.
No. This is just audio
Nation
mixes.
FM.
Nation FM. Video hasn't begun yet.
Okay.
Video hasn't begun yet. I am watching them record their mixes. I am watching how they are approaching their sets. I'm watching how they are doing their record selections. So there were days I would listen to them. When I didn't watch, I would go at home, listen to them with a notebook. And then I would listen to every song they are playing, and then I would write it down. Then the following week, I would play that set exactly how they had played it to see if I would sound better than them.
Yeah. You guy.
Do you know why?
Glad to have you here.
Do you know that would happen? That would happen because KD told me one thing. DJ KD told me, the day you are going to play better than me, you will break out. The day you'll start DJing better than me, you'll break out. So your goal is to beat my standards.
Krowbar, you know, your mouth is saying words. And I really pray that the people listening to this capture the lessons.
Wow.
You talk.
Yeah.
I deconstruct
what is being conveyed.
So let me give you an example. You've talked about being in the room.
Yes.
You've then talked about taking their mix.
Their mixes, yes.
But you're taking it as homework.
Yes.
You are taking it to break down, as you've taught us right now.
Yes.
This guy entered at chorus 2.
Yes.
And he did this kind of
fade. He transitioned like this. He did
Yes.
this kind of fade. He did that. Yes.
The reason I say that is because a lot of guys come to me and ask me questions. Yes. And I'm like, the biggest university is YouTube.
Yeah, very true.
But are you watching those music videos and entertainment and shows from the aspect of breaking it down the way you're doing?
Yes.
It was a mixtape that you had.
Yes.
But for that mixtape for you was an assignment.
Yes.
It was homework.
Man.
You guys blown
me. I would to listen to them. Then I would go back to Homeboyz. I would, those days, they had internet.
So your driving force was you wanted to be better than KD now?
My goal was to beat KD's standards. That was my goal. I just want to play better than this guy. because he said, if I beat his standards, I'm going to break out.
Did you ever see John Rabba?
John Rabba, yes, John was always there. We were not tight.
Did you
John,
say mix?
John is a beast. John is a beast.
What makes him good? What makes a DJ good?
Crowd reading. The capacity to read a crowd and play the right song at the right time. That's why I called myself the master record selector. I wanted to be a master at record selection. It was DJ Krowbar, the master record selector. Mastery in that area is, if you get it right, that crowd gets a night of their life.
Yo.
And I would go that and go like, record selection is what is record selection is what is making these DJs dope. It's the way they're choosing their songs, how to play it, when to play it, how to time it, what to say before you play. It was just, record selection was just something else.
So everything else should just feed into that.
Remember, it's an energy. It's an energy. Right now we are talking. The more I'm bouncing energy, you bounce it back to me. You're saying like da da da, and then I go like that exchange of energy equips your mastery in record selection. Equips you. Because you are.
Let me take guys here.
Let me take guys here. Let me take guys here.
So even reading how guys have whatever, like a group of guys have come to dance.
There you go.
Are we going to send these guys back?
I remember when DJ Hassan was teaching me how to mix. I remember DJ Hassan said, bring the girls to the floor, the boys will follow.
Yeah, you guys, this is insane.
Bring the girls to the floor, the boys will follow. That's the thing. If anyone acknowledges you, acknowledge them. And I remember I would start DJing. If I see a table nodding their head, I would acknowledge that table. I would hold the mic and say, that table right there to that red light, I see you guys, you are the best. And then they go like, exchange of energy. I have acknowledged them. There. So slowly and slowly,
so
some girls,
you're going
some
to do
girls.
Your cocoon, and you're just DJing in your booth.
No. You acknowledge whoever acknowledges you. Slowly, when they start coming, you acknowledge them. Tell them, at that point I wasn't saved, so I would say, you girls look sexy. This one is for you.
Even as saved, you should say that.
Boom, you drop it.
Can't just be telling her she looks like the woman God created.
you can't say you look sexy in church and then drop a Masi Masika.
It's the wrong version. Guys are like, this one is. It's for Jesus.
That's a good one. So I remember Hassan said, once the girls are on the floor, the boys usually come now to grind. The boys are now coming behind to make chances, and then all of a sudden the dance floor is filled up.
Tupac told Biggie
the
same thing.
What?
Tupac told Biggie, dude, he used the vulgar word, you make music for the bees, you get? But
Yes.
he said make music for the women.
Yes.
That's the advice that Tupac told Biggie was that.
Wow.
Like, don't make music for the guys. The guys always follow the thing.
Wow, very interesting. So with that, I continued.
So
doing this. Yes.
what now? This guy is giving you all this. Now you're
the whole
you're not
of
saved,
October,
but then there's this new gospel. I'm talking about
So all these things. So Peon is.
Where is that name Peon from?
Peon is an acronym. His name is P something E Ngonga. So Peon is an acronym of all his four names.
Okay.
Yes. So Peon is loving me the way I am. Okay? Let me give you context. I remember we were once at Inda and we were just chilling and we were just talking about, and when we were just chilling, some girls we used to play with when we were kids passed by us. And I said, man, those shoulders are hot. Look at that butt. And then Peon looks at it, but I noticed him is not carried away like I am. He's not. He notices it, but he's not carried away. He has some form of composure in him. And I go like, Peon, there's just something off about you, man. We both see it, right? We both saw what passed in front of us. How come you're not like that? And then he says, the goal is control. Don't let it lose your control. There is nothing wrong with looking at a bird. You can look at it, but don't lose control. It's like, man, dude, you're talking like you're 40 and you're 20. Is that making sense? This guy was grounded.
And your age mates?
He's just like a year or two older than me.
But he's early 20s.
But yes, because at that point in 2004, I'm 19, so that means he's 21. 2021. He has this grounding in him. And so I continue DJing over that. If I don't have gigs, I'm in church. You know, like that, we're doing that.
So are you liking this Christian music he's giving you?
I am. It's blowing me away. I think he gave me another Papa San album, Nekuyelema. And I was like, man, this guy is a killer. Only for Pion to tell me, by the way, he was a secular artist. I'm like, what? Papa San was secular? He's now singing for God like this? And I was like, man.
And have you stopped going to church?
No.
But now you're going for sound?
No. Me, I'm just going for those 4 things.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Sound, guitar.
And bass. And then you're like, sound, guitar.
So, here we are going. And I remember Pion invited me for a church event they had. And it was an event that was happening here. Was it Lutheran Church? I can't remember, but it was a Nairobi Lighthouse event. And the pastor was preaching, and they did this sermon known as the Spirit of Python. You'll go look it up on YouTube. It's there. But they did it, and I remember that someone just, attacked me in a different way. I continued working at Homeboyz. Now we are in late November 2004.
Is Homeboyz paying you?
Homeboyz is paying me 1,000 bob every time I'm doing anything. Anytime I go, 1,000 bob.
Okay.
They were giving me 1,000 bob. Now, I forgot to tell you, the first 1,000 bob I got like this from Homeboyz. I took it and I went home and I said, I've been paid 1,000 bob. And guess what I told my mom? This is why background is very important. I told my mom, here mom, these are my first fruits. Anyone who doesn't know what that is, I don't know how. First fruits is the first time you earn out of a field.
Your first salo, call it like that.
Your first ever income. I remember I took that 1,000 and my mom said, these are your first fruits. Yes. And my mom put that first fruit in an envelope and said, on Sunday, you are taking it to church. And we took it to church. And we gave our first fruits. That's a big deal. For anyone who doesn't get that concept, that's a big deal. It just sets a certain...
But you are not saved.
I wasn't saved, but I grew with her.
Okay,
so
yes.
I knew the concept of giving. I had understood tithing is important. First fruits are important. That concept of first fruits was explained a long time ago. That the first time you make money out of something, that thing belongs to God. Because he's given you the land, so it belongs to him.
From a biblical perspective, the first time the first fruit concept was brought up was after the Israelites the Egyptians' first kids were killed.
Yes.
By God. Then he tells them, from now on, your first fruits are mine.
Wow.
Your firstborn child, or whatever, all those things.
Firstborn sheep, firstborn what?
And God did something about him in firstborns. In fact, he calls Israel his firstborn. But beyond that,
Sasa, something happens here.
I'm like, where is your...
Where's my...
Like, what was it that's making you... You see, your stories, there's something I'm trying to figure out that's not ticking. You're sounding... So, because I've known you, Krowbar, I've only known the saved Krowbar.
Yes.
You get?
Yes.
So, I'm very shocked that you are this other guy.
Yes.
You get what I mean? Like, it's funny, you think guys were born saved, but they're not.
Yes.
Probably even how probably people think about me.
Yeah.
But! Number 4.
Yes.
But!
Number 7 says this, yes.
No, you'll get it later. So, the thing I'm trying to figure out is it your mom
yes.
who's you're being good to. Why I feel like your story, you're lingering on Jesus.
Let me tell you. Remember,
It's like you're here.
I forgot to tell you something.